All right, into the sluice with our permanent bounty hunter and our... Okay, they look like they were... Yep, that's... I respect the... I respect the... I'm not sure what's going on there. Slightly worrisome, but we're cruising. We're cruising. Yeah, that specifically does speak to one of the things that I've had as a concern for a long time. The less thinking about it, the better. That is fair. That is fair. But it's a concern that I have about this game, which is that I think creating art assets for this game is a real challenge. You know, so I think that it is going to be a challenge to build a game that or to build mods that have art, right? So like, you know, getting all the art style right for all of the now 3D modeled and animated heroes is significantly heavier lift, which means I think there's just going to be less people doing it than there were for the first game. We want to kill this guy next. We would love... We really want to find the seashell for the leper. That's our current search. It's been a while since I played this. Is there still a thing where positive relationships can make them mad because you helped someone else? No, Brian. I believe that has left the building, as it were. Hey, Utopia! Welcome to the stream. Alright, it's going to take me a minute to... So you're dead. You're dead. You're dead. Alright, everybody's roasted. So... let's just toss one of those out. But yeah, we need more combo capacity. That's our primary thing. Yeah, the new relationships I think are a lot better, Brian. It's been a while since the game looked like that, which is not to say that there's anything wrong with the fact that you've been gone for a minute, but I think I'm gonna move forward. I want to get a heal off here, so I'm gonna let this guy do his worst. This is not a kill, right? All right, we'll do that. Honestly, all Red Hook needs to do is make 3D flat rectangles, which get 2D assets projected onto them, and use them as model replacements for the 3D characters. I think what you're describing... So there's two components to the act of making a model that would work in a game like this, right? There is the mesh, and then there is the UV unwrap of the mesh into a 2D space that then gets projected onto the mesh. And that's essentially what you're describing, Yoba, I think, right? Because like all of the textures for the heroes in the game are a single 2D image that gets essentially projected or wrapped onto the model. I think it is the modeling itself that is the hard part, right? Like how do you like, if you really wanted to make it as easy as doing Darkest Dungeon 1, you would need something that kind of like took a 2D asset and automatically interpolated it into a 3D asset. Now, I seem to remember that this lock thing, I really liked the trinket that we got from it. Was this the cool trinket that converts... Oh, we get murder weapon.
Unparalleled power.
Forgot 2 bottles of whiskey. Who doesn't get to chug whiskey? Yeah, indeed, Bray. Oh, Utopia. I'm so sorry you're feeling under the weather. Glad you can come hang out, though. I mean, sometimes you gotta leave your immune system to do the work. It's like flat trees in theaters for kids. I've done this stuff for my game I never finished. Yeah, it's a 2D asset interpolated into a 3D realm. Ooh, that's cool. I mean, I think that's a cool concept, Yoba. I would be very curious to hear more about it, because I think you're right. They need something like that. So you're doing 5. You're already dead, so I'll whack you. Fun and useful trinket. Oh yeah, I forgot to equip murder weapon. Obviously, we need to equip murder weapon. Try and get the stun on this guy. Our passive did proc there. We got to keep the combo. Combo keeper. Everybody's already dead. We don't need another blind token. We're fully blinded up.
The enemy weakens and wanes.
I think we're gonna put murder weapon on. I guess our plague doctor already has some pretty gnarly trinkets. So I guess we won't put it there. There was a temptation to put it on our plague doctor. The dodges, they do nothing. Because our plague doctor is eagle-eyed, so they have like a lot of crit and they crit a lot.
Persistence will overcome even the greatest of threats.
That's the 3rd time dodge plus 8 dirt. I mean, so you're saying we're doing better than we normally do, Tenebrae. feels like that's all it ever does. Let's see. So I'll do this and this for now. But we do need to get rid of something else. My estimations were wrong. Wait, do we have... Oh, I guess I didn't put those there. Decisions. What do we get rid of here? Do we have any candles? Ha! Candles be gone. We're gonna need to start collecting candles again. I guess we're gonna have to start prioritizing candles once the DLC comes out, because presumably we're gonna have to unlock stuff.
To arms, though it brings no satisfaction.
Did you forget to equip the murder weapon, or did you subconsciously remember that equipping it does nothing either way? Fair point. All of our relationships are exceptional, but this one's particularly good. This run feels very strong, unlike our other runs. I mean, having a hero with everything fully mastered right from the beginning is a recipe for strength. I'll just leave it at that. Also, having Plague Doctor on our team is also a recipe for strength. So when you say the braying of the masses, you are specifically referring to the fact that that the Crusader is coming back, Tenebrae. You feel that should not have happened. I'm not saying I disagree either. To be clear, I'm starting to think that maybe the inclusion of the bounty hunter has in fact made dodge tokens do nothing. Having a whole inn for free is also strong. I think both are good. I like both. Also, it wasn't just any inn. It was like a primo inn. The question is, which do we think is stronger? Do we think that having a full free inn is stronger, or having a full bounty hunter for the entire run is stronger? Also, has this guy been... He's been stealthed forever?
Lethality rid
Should have put the murder weapon on Leper. Confirmed. Execution 2. Confirmed strong. Not hating the inclusion of the Crusader again, but with all this obnoxious whining from the player base, they should have just worked on another character. So talk to me, Tenebrae. Like, and I'm not saying this as a in any disagreeing fashion. I don't think I'm tuned into the places that you're tuned into. Where are people complaining? Because like I guess I don't spend much time in the in like the official Red Hook Discord. Maybe that's where the whinging is coming from. But
elementary problem, is it not?
It would be stronger as you get all those negatives, quirks out, and all the food and all the relationships. I mean, I generally think so. Like that inn was a huge boon. Because like by the end of the run, right? It's going to be weird having a bounty hunter in the final region, right? Because that's never been a possibility before. Reddit and YouTube comments from their official channel and the Discord. It's such a shame. I do think people need to be chilly sometimes. That's you know, harassment is perhaps too strong a word, but nice hit. Every ability is a stun. La la la. Sorry. Sorry, just had to momentarily get that out there. But yeah, it is a bummer that people get so impassioned about things sometimes. His regret over his leaving. Yeah, it's gonna be super interesting. One thing that I noticed, Tenebrae, is in the promotional materials. We went over them at the beginning of stream, and the only thing they call out, because they don't show his skills at all. They showed screenshots of the other hero, the duelist skills, and it looks like she has some like forward movement and some backwards movement, etc. But they talk a lot about his holy fire as like his defining attribute, which makes me wonder if we're gonna get another literally fire hero, which I think could be interesting.
Bravo.
That could have been murder weapon going off. Reynald is the French spelling of Ragan Valder.
Persistence will overcome even the greatest of threats.
He might end up being a little bit of a melee Vestal. That is a possibility. Yeah, it cost us 5 gold. Ooh, Greater Gilded Mind. Don't mind if I do. Also, Tarantism has yet to proc. Not wishing that it would, but just pointing out that that for some reason the game is like, don't worry about it. We're gonna give you Tarantism, but it's never gonna do anything.
Of torment.
So one thing that we talked about previously is the final exit cinematic after you defeat the game shows someone standing behind a pillar holding hands with the Vestal, and it's right in front of the Crusader's helmet, which is sitting on the ground. So, you know, there's some possibility that maybe that is indeed the Crusader. I think we gotta let the bear traps go. All right, we didn't have a candle. The 3 holy characters are now in the game. Yeah, I will also say, my gut is telling me... Uh-oh, suddenly very bad situation here. We can let the pipe weed go because our relationships are good. The Duelist is feeling a lot like the Shield Maiden. I don't know if anyone else is getting those vibes, but I have this suspicion that we may not see the Shield Maiden, and the Duelist may be the refining of that. Vestal and Crusader getting together sounds like super heresy. I mean, the road is a lonely place is something that Wayne June might say. I don't know. Are we going to put... I don't think there's any cultist trinkets I care that much for. We might end up going to the Tangle. Blasphemous Idol. Whittling tools can definitely go. I think bandages can go, and Fisherman's Net. All right, there we go. Your most glorious hour right on top of the stairs. Glory. Tarantism will proc and make you slip down the stairs and die. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Did get the vibe of the Duelist crimping on the Shield Maiden. Yeah, same here. Though she seems to be a cross between the Highwayman with her riposts. Does she confirmed have riposts? Because that's very interesting. Like I didn't see anything that indicated that. Do you have some additional intel? I'm not disagreeing. I'm genuinely very curious. Let's see. I think Bounty Hunter kills here. So let's... Like, I got the feeling that she has a lot of mobility. And she also has at least one self buff. But that's about... That's about it. Is that a... Did we get there? We did get there. Nice. The Whiskey Jar Party. Sounds like my kind of party. I think I just get this on a timer. I don't think they made an explicit comment about riposts. I just inferred it from her being a duelist and it being a defining part of that sort of archetype. I can see it. I'm not opposed to the possibility. I love the combo getting left behind for sure. Mobility and riposte would make sense for me as far as theming the duelist goes. I agree, Brian. I think it starts to get very... it starts to feel very similar to the Highwaymen, though, if they go that route. Well done. Which is not to say that they won't. But the Highwayman also buffs themselves and does damage, right? So like, there's, I think it's tricky. Yeah, I think that there's a lot of design overlap there, which is why my gut said, like, Shield Maiden felt very distinct from the Highwayman. And so I was like, maybe we'll see more of a Shield Maiden thing. Maybe they'll have some debuff skills that, you know, like move them around and remove things. Maybe a little bit of blight action, you know, give them a little bit of like a grave robbery flavor. But yeah, I don't know. There was a mod for a Chinese-looking old maid assassin that had a lot of duelist archetype skills. Bleed, movement, riposte, guard. We do well with combo. I'll do this. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's gonna be super interesting. Also, have we fought the same 3 enemies like 15 times now? It certainly feels that way. That could have been murder weapon. Could have been murder weapon goodness. Yeah, I think the Shield Maiden was an amazing character as a side note. Like just fundamentally, I was a huge fan of the Shield Maiden. She was a super fun hero. I always felt like there's such a fine line between like healthy differences and unhealthy differences. You know, like her dreams always felt really like difficult to work around until you got all of them out of the way, which I didn't love. And, you know, it reminds me of the same thing that they did with death, which is the same thing that they did with, you know, like so on and so forth. I kind of like, it's weird, but in a way I really like it when they don't give every hero some weird, like, uniqueness that is all their own. Okay, he's roasted, which means we can just do this to at least get a hit on little skitter monster here. Skitter me timbers. The duelist looks like she would have hung out with the grave robber's husband pre-homicide. Maybe post-homicide, too. It's hard to know. Hard to know.
A simple variable, easily resolved.
But yeah, I mean, I like her aesthetic, for sure.
The one pleasant in the extreme.
Covert
This
cloak.
work is noble and necessary.
There's no way we're using the covert cloak. We also have more money than we know what to do with. I mean, it's kind of interesting on Katniss, but I don't think we need more execute. We have a lot. I'm gonna let all that food is. I don't want the food to go to waste. More fisherman's nets. I swear I threw those away last time. And one more thing must go. It's got to be the one food. All right. 6 leagues to go. Does front load the cast again? We don't have many backline supports. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm pleased that it sounds like this character at least has the capacity to operate as a backline and enhance shuffle comps. Wow, all positives. Iron Stance, Last Grasp, tough, and Second Wind. Very nice. That means we're still sitting on no negatives at the moment. We may change that shortly here. We only picked up one mastery.
That you may stand just a little taller at the end.
But we have very few places. I mean, Inspiring Tune to a certain extent just feels like a weak one to change. Where are we going now?
Provinces and cantribs of our land.
We want a snappy swig in our life, for sure. There's a part of me that's like, do I even need the food? I don't know why it's not affecting Baldwin. That's the second time that Baldwin has not gotten a heal off of it. Everyone else gets a heal. I'm not sure what the deal is with that.
Spend what you can.
Any more touching dirges?
Wealth no longer has meaning. If indeed it ever did.
If indeed it ever did. Ooh, a hoarder's signal decoder. I'll pick that up. Because we have a bunch of junk trinkets, so we can get rid of the shrine map. Pick that up so that we have a higher chance of snappy swig if we find ourselves at a hoarder. Got the speed again off of that. Well, that was unfortunate. Wow. All right. Cool game. Cool game. Picked up a Toon Hummer. Tardif ends up with more HP than the other way around. Just clean those two out too while we're at it. Those whiskeys were atrocious. See if we can get any tactical thinkers out of the playing cards. I don't think we're actually going to be able to rescue that. Okay, well. The 13 hurts a little bit. So we'll have to... Do we have any individual options here? Yeah, we got a couple of whiskeys. Grab a Soothing Poultice as well. Part of me is like, if we're banking on going to... I think we're going to go to the Tangle for our final region, assuming that it is offered. So maybe, just maybe, we want Sarmenti Tardif. Maybe we want to pick up the linseed oil while we can. But maybe not. Maybe we don't bother. I think we're going to be okay. Always thinking about that reverberating Redoubt life. For 12 gold. Just in case we need it. Just in case we need it. Okay. Let's do some sprawling.